Hello Leo, I'm doing your zodiac reading for the month of June. We're taking a look at what the energies are in store for Leo during this month, what it is you should be aware of, what it is you can be looking forward to. So we're channeling Leo. Okay. Welcome to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Elif. I'm a No Tools medium, which means I am an intuitive reader, born gifted. I channel spirit and I receive messages and impressions about your situation for this collective throughout the reading. So from the moment that I begin until I finish, I'm channeling. Everything that I'm saying is for you, so keep an open mind. It is known that these are general readings, so not everything's going to resonate for everybody. I tend to have a very clear channel and a clear and concise story that I tell, so you should know right in the beginning if it's your story or not. For those of you who have taken the time to subscribe to my channel, thank you so much. Thank you for becoming a part of this community. And for every like, I appreciate it. It gives other people the opportunity to, it just makes it more possible for other people who need to see and receive this message to receive this message. And if you find any way in this reading that you feel the desire to comment based on what may resonate with you in this reading, please go ahead. I appreciate the feedback. To my Leos who have contacted me for readings, thank you so much for choosing me to guide you on your personal journey, tap into your energy and to bring you deeper insight to help move you forward. Okay. Now Leo, I like to begin my readings by encouraging you to take a few deep breaths, center yourself, settle into your intuition, ask your guides and keepers to guide you through this reading, help them to have access to the information and how you get to see the information, that they will help you to know what is for you and what is not. Keep an open mind. Sometimes we receive messages that we prefer to think are not directly for us, perhaps better suited to the other person, but it is actually us. And Spirit wants us to hear these messages so that we can have the breakthroughs in our lives that we want. What a lot of people tend to do, what we've been doing in relationships for a very long time, especially before coming into the age of Aquarius, is that we would look at relationships as this situation or this person that comes to add to our lives, comes to contribute to our lives, without really looking at what it is that we bring to the table and whether or not we would be happy or comfortable with ourselves in relationship. And now that we've entered the age of Aquarius, we're becoming more aware, our eyes are opening, and we are realizing that love is more an inside job than anything else. I cannot give you what I cannot give myself. If I do not honor myself by taking some time to really listen to what's going on with me, sit, process, deal with my emotions, work through my stuff, how am I ever going to create a basis or contribute to the relationship, a foundation for you to be able to do that, or for me to hold space for you? I'm going to make everything that you do about me. I don't know who of you need to hear this, but our partners, our lovers, people that we have a deep stirring inside of us with in terms of connection, they've come to teach us something, they come to mirror something. So what it is that you believe that person needs to fix, it's very likely what you need to be developing and working on within yourself. Okay, thank you, Spirit. And I've already blessed the space. Okay, you've entered a sacred space. I've got the archangels in the north, south, east, and west burning their sacred flame, giving thanks to the spirits of air, water, fire, and earth, particularly fire. Since we're dealing with Leo, thank you to my guides and keepers, making it possible for me to do what I do and to bring you these messages. Okay, so how I want to do the readings this month is I'm going to do it slightly different. I introduce the energy for the masculine, the divine masculine, and then the energy for the divine feminine, or the masculine and the feminine in the situation. This is not gender specific. It is the energy that you encompass or embody in the relationship. Okay, so if you're unsure about this, if you allow yourself to center into your intuition, what makes most sense to you, go with that. Okay? So I'm going to introduce the energy around the masculine in this dynamic for Leo. So this could be you or your person. You would know how it fits. If you consider yourself to be the masculine in this dynamic, then this is your energy, and so forth. Okay. The masculine in this connection, what I'm picking up is that the masculine in this connection they either work with somebody that they have a relationship with. Now this could be a friendship, but I'm picking up it's a very intimate relationship. So it could be a family member or a friendship or someone that there's some kind of relationship here. It's not just professional. Okay, there's a lot of work. Most of the relationship dynamic is around work and them managing things together. But I'm also picking up that the masculine in this dynamic is very, very aware of and worried about what this person thinks. This person might be a dynamic where they share a household together, and the other person has a need to be very controlling, obviously not very, very secure with them in themselves, issues around control, and they keep projecting this onto this masculine. It makes them feel uncomfortable in the situation. If it is someone that they're working with, or that you are working with, if you are the masculine, then you are starting to feel that this person is oppressive and restrictive, and that they are too invested in what you do in your personal capacity, so it's not very professional. You're not really liking it, and I'm getting the feeling that this person has a lot to say about the person. So if you're the masculine, they've got a lot to say about the person that you are getting this message for, the person that you have a connection with. If you are the feminine and the masculine is the person that you are in a connection with or that you are thinking of during this message, they know about you, whoever this person is, and they've got a lot to say. They try to assert their control. I'm getting the feeling though that this masculine is not enjoying that, doesn't like to be controlled, but for some reason has accommodated it. The masculine in this dynamic has either started a new project, a new job, a new venture, or money's come through from a new place, a new source. So this is good, because that means that this might be why they're starting to become aware of this person's wanting to control, having some kind of financial control over them and wanting to assert that. Maybe that's why they're becoming aware of it, because they're realizing they don't need to tolerate that anymore. So the masculine has recently found themselves moving from a little bit of a cloudy period in their lives. But the sun is starting to come out, and that's also confirms this financial opportunity that's coming through. The financial ease that I'm seeing, and the the good fortune that's coming into play here. So there is a moving away from that. There is somebody, though, in this masculine's life that doesn't like seeing them move into this good fortune. It's as if they feel that this masculine, as if they were somehow invested in this masculine not being happy or not being okay. Maybe it made them feel like they could have some kind of control. But somebody's going to be nasty about this. And I feel like it's two different people. Somebody's going to be, somebody's going to try and spite them by revealing secrets or something that the masculine doesn't want people to know and exposing him. There's someone's actually going to try and sabotage this masculine because he's moving out of this space. Now, the one person is someone that he works with and has an oppressive kind of energy. And then there's somebody else that is taking more of a passive-aggressive role. He doesn't see this other person coming. That's this person that's going to strike at him. So if this is you, masculine, you need to break away from this oppressive work situation or controlling something there. You know what, you'll know how this fits if this is your story. For the feminine in this dynamic for Leo, the feminine is in a really good space. She seems to have an energy of, it doesn't matter what she does, which direction she goes in, things always work out for her. It's nice energy. Because of that energy, the feminine in this dynamic has found herself coming into a little bit of nastiness. Could be people just feeling that, I'm sensing jealousy. Nastiness, things said to hurt her. Things said and done to hurt her. It's interesting because what I'm picking up here is not like this is, the masculine's not dealing with stuff that the feminine's done, and the feminine's not dealing with stuff that the masculine's done. It's as if they are dealing with these things in their own private lives, and I'm getting the feeling that the spirit just wants... So it's not as if the masculine is the thorn in the feminine side and vice versa. There are people in the immediate surroundings whose energy is obviously coming to the surface. But the divine feminine is hoping to receive clarity about a lot of things. And for many of you, the feminine in this dynamic is hoping to receive some sort of communication and clarity from the masculine. Okay? So this gives me the indication that for the Leos here, for many of you, there's either something that the feminine is hoping to get confirmation from, or you guys are not in communication and they're hoping to get communication from the masculine. Okay, now let's take a look at what is to be expected for Leo for the month of June. Thank you, Spirit. Let's take a look. I've already shuffled. Okay. Now, Leo. Some things have started to come up for you here. You've started to become aware of a need to rise above certain things that you have been wrestling with internally. You're also coming to realize that maybe in your relationship dynamic, there are certain things that you might not have been fully aware of initially with your person, that you are going to have to overcome. But you have clarity and you are feeling strong regardless. Whatever might have happened recently in the recent past is really, really encourage you to move forward, albeit slowly, with your spiritual journey. You are patient with this. You don't feel that you need to know everything immediately. You don't feel like you need to get there now, but you know that your intention is to go in that direction, whatever leads you to the next stage in your spiritual process, and then the next stage, and then the next stage, and then the next stage. Interesting. What's come out in this connection in the recent past is a need for emotional independence. What I picked up in the initial energy between the masculine and the feminine, I'm feeling a strong independence. So I'm dealing with two people who have been very, very aware of wanting to feel more stable and at peace in a relationship, not feel so triggered, not feel so dependent on the other person and how they behave, not feel so fearful when it comes to the relationship and what the other person does. And I'm getting a strong sense that a lot of that has been achieved. Your focus has been on your money, and I think that you've associated a lot of the frustration and the challenges that you might have faced to your relationship with money, or just your situation with money. And I think that your focus has still been with regards to money more than anything else. So your focus is still very much on that, on building, on establishing what it is that you need to develop in terms of your relationship with your money. I think you're very focused on that at the moment. And what Spirit is saying to me, Spirit gave me a bit of a warning. And I need to share this with you guys because you will know as it fits. Some of you, many of the Leos here are in contact with their person. Some of you, this is a new relationship. Things have started to show itself to you. There's so much about the relationship that you really like and that seems possible. There's so many positive possibilities. But a few things have started to show their head that is piquing your interest or your concern when it comes to this person. So for some of you, it is a fairly new thing, started off really well, and now things are starting to show their heads. Some of you, there's been a little bit of distance that's developed between you and your person for various reasons. I will clarify, I'll go into that a little bit more. I'm feeling that there might be a power struggle between the two of you for some reason. And what Spirit wants me to share with you is that you need to be careful. Your focus is on building because you're looking towards the future. Spirit is saying, don't forget that what brought you to this point was a culmination of a lot of things. And we don't just come from outside, walking through a storm, wet, dripping, muddy shoes, step into a new home, onto a clean white carpet, expecting the other person and the people there to be happy with that. We've got to either leave the shoes outside. We've got to make some kind of consensus for the space that we're moving into, considering what we come from. Otherwise, we bring that mess in with us. And Spirit is saying that even though your focus is on money and on work, you need to check in, because you are not doing as well emotionally as you'd like to think. So long as how somebody else behaves towards you, responds to you, what they may or may not do has an impact on how you feel in your life experience, you are not emotionally independent. Your happiness should not depend on whether or not somebody else shows up in a way of your approval. You are vulnerable to how this person behaves, and this person is figuring themselves out too, which means you are setting yourself up for difficult times. You have to think about how much you invest in thinking about this person, in them in general, whether it's talking to them, whether it's doing stuff with them, whether it's trying to build and develop a relationship with them, or to get it to the point that you want it to be, whatever that may be. Think about how much of an investment you're making in them, and then how much of an investment are you making in yourself. You should be making equal, if not more. That's the warning, because what I'm seeing here is that someone in this dynamic is going to have some sort of breakdown, because they're under strain, mentally especially. Whatever it is that either you or your person is meant to process, whoever this person is, whether it's you or your person trying to process this, there is this superficial focus on what needs to be done and what is okay and what is not okay, but someone here is hanging a bit on a thread. They're not doing well emotionally, and they're trying to process it. They're trying to manage and to be too much in their head, not checking in here enough. For whatever reason, it could be fear. It could be both of you that need to just be careful with this, but I'm definitely seeing that somebody's going to have a bit of there's a breakdown coming. Now, you are focusing on the good things. The good things happening in your life, the good things that have come into your life. You're focusing on that. And there's been a lot of cause and reason for celebration, and you've been spending time doing that. You tend to bring into the dynamic opportunities for fun and light energy and newness. And this is a good thing, because this is a nice dynamic in this connection. But what I'm picking up is, and this could be it, either you or your person might have lost a loved one recently, or lost something of significance. And that grief, or whatever emotional effect it's had, they're not processing it well. And if it's you, you might be thinking you're not processing it well. You need to get some help with this. There is a hope for strong communication. There is a hope for clear and concise communication. But what I'm seeing here is, as a result of somebody not processing loss, there is a breakdown coming. And this will lead to either you or your person feeling that they are not emotionally fulfilled in the situation, or that the other person is not emotionally fulfilled, so let me give them space. Now, whoever this person is, I know that this person is not being honest with themselves at the moment. So if it is you, take another look at yourself. I'm feeling a scratching in my throat, and when I get the scratching in my throat chakra, I know this person is doing great with avoidance, avoiding things that are not comfortable and focusing on what is. And unfortunately, this particular thing, it would be great if you could completely shift your energy to avoid your energy, your mind, your body, your soul, and your actions from it. But unfortunately, your belief systems, your habits, your patterns, your behavior, your mind, your body, and soul, the only thing that's shifted away from this is the mind. Everything else is still there. So it's going to come and it's going to bite someone in the ass, and it's going to cause an issue here in this connection. Very clear story that I'm telling, so you will know as it fits. Okay, I'm not going to take these jumpers. Spirit says no. Let's take a look. Remember now that your relationship with yourself is about developing that divine feminine within, that inner feminine. Understanding that the need to control things, the need to micromanage things, the need to avoid things because of fear, that's not divine feminine energy. That goes against the work that is intended to be done there. And the divine, the feminine is, the inner feminine is the only one that can wrestle the beast to the ground gently and lovingly, with depth and understanding. Those things inside of you that you are not comfortable with. They don't need to be pushed up against. They don't need to be wrestled with. They definitely don't need to be locked away in a dark room and hidden from everybody else. They need to be sat with love. They need to be sat with compassion. They need to be sat with until you are able to see it from a place of love, until you are able to see them for what they are, which is not a beast. Most times it's something really beautiful. We can't run away from ourselves. So Leo, if this is you, I hope this encourages you to realign, take another look, put a new plan of action into place. Okay. Someone is wanting to come in here with communication. Someone is wanting to say a lot of things to you. They're nervous. They don't trust that you're in a place where you will be able to hear them. Okay. Let's see here. Right. There are cycles that need to be closed out here. It's also possible that you are not close to your person, that you're in another country or another city. There's some distance that makes it difficult for you guys to see one another. That has contributed to this space between you. But there's definitely space here. So whether it is space because you've drifted apart, but for most of you, I'm picking up its space because of having to work in another place, or just having to live in an area that's a little bit far. So geographic distance. Somebody here in this dynamic is giving the impression that they want to be left alone. They're giving the impression, or they're giving the energy off that they only really want to be able to deal with themselves. This is most likely whoever the person is here that is taking a little bit of strain emotionally. You will know if that's you or your person. The truth is, whoever this person is, they don't really want to be alone or single. They're just feeling very overwhelmed spiritually because they are resisting the growth that is supposed to come with whatever this death cycle is that's come into their lives. There's always rebirth after death. Yeah? It's possible that you guys are communicating via email or, correspondence that is not face to face because of the distance between the two of you. This person keeps pushing in a certain direction. It's like they're trying to overcome something in their lives. But I'm getting a strong sense that they're making it difficult for themselves. They're choosing a hard way. They feel it's supposed to be work. It's supposed to be this. I'm getting this feeling of push and pull, push and pull. And this is what's going to lead to this absolute burnout. It is right in thinking that victory is on the other side. It's a given. But it doesn't have to be this hard. What I'm seeing is that there is a lot of hard work that is going to be going, especially after this downfall. I don't think that you guys realize at this stage, maybe you do, how much work you need to be doing. Not in the same direction that you've been doing it, in a different direction. I feel like there's more working against you than towards the best outcome. But this is not known. This is by default. And then there'll be this realization that, oh, this is what is required to be building towards what I actually want in this relationship. And I see that you guys, I see your person, I see you working really hard at this. And the both of you are looking at commitment with one another, marriage. I'm seeing that there is a working towards, and when there is a thinking of that towards, or that future, your person sees sharing a life with you, sees marriage with you, and vice versa. You are very focused on building your empire. You're very, very focused on having something to feel you can call your own and to feel proud of. Be careful, because there's a strong energy of being excessively controlling, wanting to control every little detail, wanting everything to go a particular way. You have to let go. Despite the fact that there is working towards a future and there is this vision of being together in the future, I must be honest with you, I'm seeing some sort of breakdown here. And it's very possible that someone's going to think the other person is sneaky or being dishonest. Most of it is as a result of past experience in relationships where someone has allowed themselves, someone or both people have allowed themselves to be in relationships that have not honored them. And so they still carry this with them. And unfortunately, I'm seeing a separation here, some sort of breakdown here because of somebody being guarded. And a lot of this is about money. You know, sometimes we lose the plot. Sometimes we lose the plot completely. We manifest love. We ask for love. We say we want love. And then when we meet that person, we see everything, because we are so connected to source, and we are in such a good vibration. We see everything that is real, all the good things. And then the moment that we have that person, we start to look for others. We start to look for evidence of our fear to protect ourselves, and it doesn't even make sense, because we create everything that we believe. Spirit is saying to me that even though there's going to be this fallout or whatever, and this distance or this break or whatever, because it's not going to be it's not going to be the same for all of you. You guys will figure it out eventually. But there are some things that is being overlooked that is going to come and bite you guys in the butt. That's unfortunately what it is. And it could be avoided, but it seems to me that someone in this connection has a habit of avoiding the difficult stuff. And it's not about the connection, it's about the person. It's about two people who need to constantly, I mean, if you don't nourish, if you don't feed your body, if you don't take care of your body, then you're going to fall ill, and it's going to become a problem for everybody in the family. It's the same thing. I don't understand why people don't want to accept that spiritual nourishment is a lifestyle. It is an everyday thing. And me obsessing and focusing about what somebody else is or is not doing, and how happy somebody else makes me feel, and allowing that to be my lifeline for a while, is self-sabotage. Because other people's lives can't revolve around you. You have to be doing you. You have to be doing your work. Then when you show up in the relationship and things start to show dis-ease, you automatically think it's the other person. Maybe it's because you have come with your cup a little bit empty, expecting for that to be okay and for that to be enough. Now there's a shortage. You know, we either contribute our happiness or our sadness to the other person in the relationship. And it's always about us. It's always about us, our relationship with ourselves, our vibration. I don't know why I'm saying all of these things, Leo. Feeling like you might feel like it's either your person or it's you, but Spirit, this is what I'm channeling. I have to share what Spirit wants me to share. Everything that is happening in my physical experience is evidence of either of what I've drawn in, what I've called into my space. And what my inner energy vibration aligns with. So if you're in a relationship situation, because this, and I think it's because this relationship that I'm seeing here, whoever this is for, whoever it resonates for, it should only be progressing. The sun should only be coming out every day, but there's clear avoidance here. And there is a good dynamic. People who have all the right ingredients to make a success of something, and because of neglect of self, of soul, they make things difficult for themselves and somebody else. Leo, thank you so much for allowing me to channel your person and your energy, bringing you these messages for June. I believe and I trust that your guides and keepers, for those of you who this message resonates with, will protect you and hold you in a space in a bubble of absolute love. As long as you keep yourself aligned to source and keep doing your meditations, and if you don't have an active spiritual practice or process, start doing that. Make you a priority. You know, a tree with strong roots is not as affected by the weather, by the storms and the season changes as a tree that doesn't have strong roots, you know. And many of you I know have strong roots. So the beautiful thing about this is what Spirit wants me to share with you is this is going to help you to recognize and connect with what might create blockage, and help you to give you the opportunity to set yourself free from that, so that you can welcome into your life exactly what it is you want and how you want it to look. If you find that the message resonates and you'd like to have a personal reading, you are welcome to contact me. My email is in the description box below. Please comment if you feel so inclined. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see my upcoming videos. Until next time, love and light.